What is up, everyone? I'm Gino Rosati, and welcome to the Flexible Fitness Lifestyle channel. Now, before I get into explaining the channel, I want to go ahead and tell you a little bit about myself. Now, I can honestly say that I've been on my fitness journey since I was about 12 years old. That was when I really first got into doing like cardio, push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, that kind of stuff, because I was never really happy about my body growing up, and I just always wanted to look better. So then when I was about 13 years old, I started playing soccer pretty much all year round. And I stuck with that until I was about 17 during my senior year when I actually broke my leg during a game. So up until that point, I had been constantly active for about 4 years straight. So I stayed in pretty good shape. But then once I went from a ton of activity to absolutely zero, I put on so much weight super fast. So by the end of my senior year of high school, I put on about 20 pounds. And I really wanted to get back into the gym, but I wasn't quite healed yet. I was still going through rehab for my leg, doing physical therapy and stuff like that. And by the time I was fully healed, pretty much during the next fall, that was when I started college. And I picked a really difficult major, and I really just didn't have the time to get back into the gym like I wanted to. So I was kind of miserable during my first semester. I mean, I absolutely hated my classes. I really did not like my major. I was starting to second guess myself for picking that. And eventually, by the time my second semester rolled around, about halfway through that, I decided, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm going to change it up. And I ended up picking a major that I thought was a much better fit for me. And everything just started to change. I was so much happier. I was loving life. And I just wanted more than anything to get back into the gym and to lose all the weight that I had put on. So I made a vow that summer that I was going to start getting back into the gym and so I could lose that weight. So at first, I definitely stuck to that, and I started going like 4, even 5 days a week most of the time. But then again, that was during the summer, and I had all the time in the world. So then once school started up again in the fall, I wasn't super busy with my classes. I had definitely had time to go work out still, but I wasn't able to get to the gym 5 days a week like I usually was. So in that initial first few months, I did lose maybe 10 pounds, and I got back down to like 155 from the 165 that I was at before. But once I kind of started my classes up again, I started to gain a little bit of that back. So over the next few years, I started to go on this like up and down cycle of losing weight, gaining more back, losing weight, gaining more back, until my 21st birthday when I was 185 pounds. And believe me, that was my absolute lowest point in my life, the worst I have ever looked. And believe me, here, I'll show you a picture right here of what I looked like. It was not pretty. I was 185 pounds, and for being 5'6", that is borderline obese. I was right under 30 on the BMI chart, which 30 and above is technically obese. And believe me, I did not look good, all right? And I was just disgusted with myself. I could not believe that I let myself get like that. And the worst thing that just discouraged me more than anything was that I was working out constantly, like continuously throughout this entire time that I gained weight. I was still going to the gym like at least 3 or 4 days a week, so I just could not understand how I gained so much weight. But all that aside, I just decided that, you know what, whatever has happened up until this point, who cares? I'm going to lose this weight some way or another. And the way that I did it was to just say, you know what, screw all the old approaches that I was sticking to, because that hasn't gotten me anywhere. That got me to where I am now, and look, I do not like where I'm at now. Like the way that I was working out all those years was that I was just following all these different like bodybuilding.com plans. I was trying to stick to these super restrictive diets, which I inevitably could not stick to. And then as soon as I would get off of those after like a week, I would just go back to binging and just eating whatever crappy foods that I was eating before. So again, that's like the yo-yo cycle of just going up and down and up and down. And that's where I got to the 185 pounds from where I was before. So over about a 3-year period, I gained about 40 pounds because going into my senior year of high school, I was 145, and by the time I was 21, I was 185 pounds. So that's a lot of weight that I had gained through those years. And believe me, I was so determined to lose it that once I finally started working out and really eating healthy was the main thing for me, that was when I started to really make some progress. So when I really got committed and decided to really make this change, that was when things started to happen for me. When I said, you know what, I'm gonna work out 5 days a week and I'm gonna try my best to eat healthier, that was when things really took off. And I lost about 12 pounds during that first like 4 months of that. And then after that, I kind of tapered off, and the holidays were coming around, and then I kind of just maintained that weight for the rest of the year. But then in the beginning of 2017, that was when I really got focused and when I really said, you know what, I'm going to get in the best shape of my life and I'm going to find an approach that really works for me. And that was when things took off. When I said, you know what, I'm tired of all these fad diets, all of these crazy workout plans that I can't stick to. I'm going to find something that works for me. And that was when I got my best results. Like, believe me, anything that I had done before that was nothing compared to something that was actually working for me, something that I actually enjoyed doing. And when I started doing that, I lost about 18 pounds in the first 3 months of that year, which that's a pretty crazy average. That's like 1.5 pounds a week. That's more than what you should expect to lose. Usually you can expect to lose about 1 pound per week when you're going for normal fat loss goals, but I was losing about 1.5 pounds. Like typically you should lose about 12 pounds over 3 months, not 18. But anyway, the fact that I was going for more of a long-term goal, it just set me up for so much success that I had never achieved before. So since I was following an approach that really worked for me, it was almost like it was effortless because I really enjoyed it, and so it didn't really take a ton of effort for me to do. I mean, number one, I was already used to going to the gym like 5 days a week. So with this new approach, I was going to the gym about 3 days a week, and it was like nothing. It was almost as if I didn't really have to try that hard. Partially because I was so used to going to the gym before, like 5 days a week, dropping down to 3 days a week. That's much easier to do. But with this, I was able to go way harder during my workouts than I normally would have been. Like when I have 5 workouts per week, I really wasn't giving my all to each workout because I knew I had a workout the next day and I wanted to save myself for that a little bit, you know? Except for maybe on Friday when I knew I wasn't going to have a workout the following day. But you want to be able to give everything you have to each single workout. So I've now been following this approach for over 2.5 years and I've gotten in the best shape of my life. I mean, I'm honestly even in better shape than I was when I was in high school playing soccer year-round. And it's just because this approach that I've been following is so much easier than anything I've ever done because it is basically tailored around what I like. The foods that I eat are foods that I like. I don't really force myself to eat foods that I hate anymore like I always used to try to do on those bodybuilding.com plans. I would always try to eat like chicken and broccoli and brown rice, and most of that stuff I didn't like. I mean, I like chicken, but not the way they tell you to eat it. They basically tell you to like just boil it and eat it plain. I mean, no one really wants to eat that. Chicken is pretty bland as it is, so when you're just eating it with nothing else, it's terrible. And that was the reason I could never stick to those plans, because they would constantly tell you to eat things that I hate, and they would constantly tell you to work out like 5 days a week even, and most people just cannot keep up with that. Even me, who I used to be able to keep up with that most of the time, eventually I would get burned out after about a month or two on those plans, and I would eventually just give up and look for something else. And the way I was doing it was I would find like a 12-week plan, then if I couldn't stick to that, I would find like an 8-week plan, and then a 6-week plan, then a 4-week plan, a 21-day plan, and I could never get through any of these plans because they just were not geared toward my lifestyle. They were also not flexible at all. Like, you really could not miss one single day or eat bad for one meal during these plans. They just did not allow for it. And that was because they were trying to get you insane results in such a short amount of time. And honestly, this is just not realistic for most people. Most people, yeah, they want to get results fast, but they can't possibly do that in the amount of time that these plans are set up for. And that is the reason why I created Flexible Fitness Lifestyle, because I personally could not get results the way that other people are trying to get results during doing these fad diets, these crazy workout plans, and just restricting themselves from everything that they love. I could not get results that way, and I'm sure there are a ton of people out there who also can't get results that way. And the reason I created Flexible Fitness Lifestyle is to give you an alternative to all the stuff that's out there. Because if none of that has been working for you up till this point, it's not going to work. It's not. Believe me, because I tried that stuff for years and it only led to me gaining more and more weight. I never actually lost weight until I found something that was flexible and sustainable and something that I really enjoyed. Because I like the foods that I eat on a daily basis, so it doesn't feel like I'm on a diet. And on top of my nutrition, I love going to the gym just 3 days per week. I mean, I've always liked working out, but for those people who don't, 3 days per week in the gym is absolutely, totally sustainable and totally achievable. No matter what your schedule is, 3 workouts per week will definitely fit in your schedule. Basically, the flexible fitness lifestyle is just a way that you can get in the best shape of your life without being miserable all the time, that you have to work out every single day and then you have to eat plain, boring foods that you don't like. It's an alternative to that. It's a way that you can get in shape while eating the foods you like and without going to the gym every single day. And I know if you're listening to this and you're saying, that sounds crazy, it's absolutely not possible, but check out this picture of me, what I look like now. I mean, I'll put up the other one too, I'll put them up side by side, and look at this transformation. I mean, if you don't believe the words that I'm saying, just look at the pictures. I mean, it's absolutely achievable to lose weight without giving up your favorite foods and without working out every single day. I didn't believe it either at first, but once I saw the progress and once I saw my body changing, I absolutely believed it, and then I just went after it even more. So now that you know what the flexible fitness lifestyle is, what can you expect from the channel? Well, every week I'm going to be uploading videos on Tuesday and Friday with any kind of information that's going to help you lose weight, have better workouts, and just overall have a better, healthier life. Anything that pertains to that, I'll make videos about, and I just want to share the knowledge that I've gained over the past 3 years because I know that it can help other people get in the best shape of their lives, just like it's helped me get in the best shape of mine. So that's it for this video. I really appreciate you watching. If you like the video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can catch all the future videos. So that's really it. I'll see you in the next video.